Bob, what are you proudest of your first decade at OU?
Well, we'll see this year. We'll finish out the decade. We got to get this season in there first, but probably more than anything, just that we've built onto the tradition in the history and the great history that's been established at OU, and the tradition and that the fact that we have all added to it. And when you look at the championships and all are pretty special. So. And changing maybe the climate that was there the prior 5 to 10 years before we got there, to get it back where we like it to be, and hopefully we'll continue to build on it.
Bob, along those lines, but on a personal note, your kids have grown up in pretty much. I mean,
yeah, it's hard to believe.
Media guide,
yeah. Well, yeah, that's right. I said all along, I remember my first year coming here or everywhere else, I said my wife would have it a lot harder than me. She was having twins when we arrived here. And so they were born, here. And so it is. So, you look back on pictures and you see them grow up here. It's been fun. It's been great. They've loved it. And I feel very fortunate, overall, for sure.
How much longer do you think you want to do this?
Well, I'll be no Bobby Bowden or Joe Paterno, I'll promise you that. So you never know, who knows. But I'm not a guy that'll be, I truly believe just in my heart it's for the most part a young man's game, and I won't be, there'll be a certain point where I feel it's time to do something else.
Coach, in the spring you said your teams tend to do better the more golf you play in the season leading up to that year. How's that going along?
Well, the wind won't cooperate, so we still haven't played much golf, but not for not wanting to. Just hasn't worked out.
Have NFL teams stopped calling you?
I wouldn't tell you if they have or not.
Because it was a lot early, right? It's first 4 or 5 years.
I won't acknowledge whether they did or not. They're so.
You couldn't see reaching 60 and saying, wait a minute, maybe I like doing this, so I'll go a little longer than I said back when I was 45.
I think that happens. I think for sure that can happen. But I also know, I think too, as much as anything, family commitments or wanting to, sometimes I think what you're tired of the time restraints and the commitments and want more. I think as much as anything, you want more of your own time. And I was with Carl Malone's son, was in our football camp just the last few days, and he said when he retired after 20 years, it wasn't for lack of at all physically. He felt great. He just said he was tired of not having his own time and wanted to be able to do the things he wanted to do on his own time. And I know in my mind I'm a little bit that way.
Is his son any good?
Well, he's a young guy. He's a good young player. He's only 13, but good young guy that did a nice job in camp.
You said someday you might reach a point where you want to do something else. What would you like to do?
I haven't reached that day. I'll tell you that day if it ever comes. But like I said, I don't know. Probably be a junior high or high school basketball coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you even play basketball in high school?
Oh yeah, I love basketball. Yeah, I was a 3-year letter winner at my high school in basketball, and probably liked basketball more than football at the time. But
I thought it was baseball.
no, not me.
Your dad coached that?
Yeah, my dad was a great baseball player. He was the head coach of the baseball team and drafted out of high school, drafted out of college. Yeah, but that was his thing. And my youngest brother Mark was great basketball or baseball player, but that wasn't too much standing around for me. I had a hard time with it.
You ever tried to talk your older brother into joining? Because all your other brothers were college coaches, but him ever?
He wouldn't have anything to do with it. He loves what he does. He loves where he lives. He is a lot like my father in that my father wouldn't do what I'd do for anything, nor would my older brother. So.
Why? Just the headaches of it, stuff like that.
You know, it gets down to what you like and enjoy in your life. That's success. He does exactly and lives exactly how he wants to live. So when you're doing that, why do you change it? and yeah, all that comes with this job. And it's I think it's different in that my three brothers that are in college and myself, we all left home and went to Iowa, and we're in the college atmosphere. It grows on you, and he likes what he's done and loves what he's done. So that's not something he'd want to do.
Bob, how much easier is it to prepare for a season? And I know it's one position, but when you have a guy like Sam that came in as a freshman and did as well as he did and has had a solid season behind him.
Doesn't make anything easier or harder. It has nothing to do with that. We prepare the same way all the time. I just don't have to answer questions about it. That's the only thing easier about it for me. Other than that, we're going to practice, develop the other guys, improve and do all the things we were doing anyway. You just don't have to answer questions about it is really the only difference.
You have fewer questions from Sam too, don't you?
Pardon me?
You have fewer questions from Sam.
What do you mean?
What I do in this situation, Coach.
No, he still asks, and he's still coached, and he's far from a finished product. So, that doesn't really change.
How do you think he handled the no-huddle this spring?
Oh, he's fine, but it just needs to continue to be worked for everybody. It isn't just him handling it. It's how does everybody handle it? It's just something that's just repetition of being comfortable with it and getting used to it. And he's a bright guy. Why wouldn't he get used to it?
Well, that's one of the reasons we ask you more questions. You're going to something new there. So.
It's not a big deal. It's not like because it's new we got a whole new offense. That's all it is a tempo thing.
Do you go to it full time? What do you think?
We'll see.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, sure, it's a possibility.
In a general sense, could you comment on what makes a quarterback? What makes an efficient quarterback? Whether it's Jack Milner running the option, people talked about his toughness and his character, or
I
Sam
think
being a
I think first, as you said, a toughness and character. It starts there. That's what players follow. That's what makes good. To stand back there with those big monsters blitzing you or coming after you and be poised and comfortable. It takes a special guy. And so, that kind of thing first, toughness, character, poise. And then from there, you just have to have the ability to be confident to make plays and have the skill to throw the ball and to make the plays that are there for you and make some plays that aren't there for you just because of your ability.
know when to make the simple play.
Well, that's the other thing is, I guess, too, and how to avoid the really wrong choice. To not panic and make something that really hurts you. There's sometimes a poor play is a heck of a lot better than a disaster. So.
Is it way too early or maybe just a little bit too early to start mentioning Sam with the great OU quarterbacks?
Well, sure, it's too early.
Way too early or a little bit?
I don't know. You define that. I don't get into that kind of thing. You guys are the journalists. You can determine the way to say it, but it's too early.
You said you prepare the same way, but when you have a guy like Sam who had the year he had last year, does it allow you to maybe spend more time on the other areas, knowing that you have a guy locked in at that quarterback slot?
What other areas?
Well,
we work every area all the time. We're going to run the ball. We're going to throw it. We're going to use multiple, personnel. So we do the same things. No. I don't look at it that way.
Bob, how much improvement do your guys make in the summer? Usually when we get to time for camp to start, the guys can't wait for camp because the summers are so tough.
Well, they're tough on everybody, and not just Oklahoma, across the country, and anymore, all athletes. I think you look even at the professional level, it's a year-round commitment of having yourself prepared, ready. Otherwise, you risk injury. You risk someone else who's worked harder than you taking your position. It's a competitive thing. So, it's a big factor in the kind of season you're going to have. So. We'll see. We'll see what kind of commitment we have through the summer.